Welcome again, Maxim here, and in this video I will show you Fortuna and Orb Vallis. I will introduce you to the local characters and syndicates related to this place. As before, there is a story quest related to this open world. Vox Solaris. You can start the quest by talking to Eudico, the character sitting nearest to the gate. Then talk to Firsby, follow the waypoints. After a few missions, you will be introduced to the situation here, and after completing the quest, you will gain free access to Orb Vallis and all Fortuna vendors. Enter Fortuna and head to the right, where you will meet rude Zuud. She is not very polite, but provides quite interesting services. Here you can assemble your own modular primary and secondary weapons, called kit guns. Parts to make them you create in Foundry with blueprints from this vendor. You can also guild it after it reaches rank 30, return unwanted ones and get standing points in return, or buy ready-to-use ones for platinum. I will talk about modular weapons, both ZOS and kit guns, in other video. If you stick to the left from the start, you will meet the Biznes. He takes care of servofish, provides items to fish, standing for fished ones, or components from them. His offer also includes items necessary for hunting animals, a trunk rifle, ecolures and pheromones. Next is Ticker. He's waiting one floor higher, above the Biznes. From him you can buy other people's debt bounties, exchange them for standing, or buy decorations. If you already have a railjack and the first command level, Ticker can also provide you an additional crew member. I'll talk more about debt bounties a little bit later. When you go back downstairs, on the same side, you will meet Smokefinger. He's a local miner. You can find plasma drill in his offer. Works like the best cutter, but you can buy additional widgets that mute it during hitting and increase the range of the beam. He also has a typical blueprint to change minerals and ores into resources that can be used in Foundry. Special of the day is an offer for platinum, and his last option, exchanging gems for syndicate standing points. The next vendor is Firsby, or I should say Leg, if you have finished the Vox Solaris quest. Here you can also assemble something, your own Moa pet, a robotic companion. If you want to know more about this process, Moas and their skills, check out a video that is visible in the upper right corner right now, or in the description of this video. Now, as I said, close to the gate you will find Eudico. She's the local quest giver. Through bounties, you get many rewards and standing points to level up Solaris United syndicate. However, when you reach the 5th level, check the back room, to the left of the gate. There you will find the Biznes and Eudico planning something. I will say more about that some other time. I just want to point that there is one more person in the room, Little Duck. But you should know the quills on Cetus before you interact with her. On 5th rank of Solaris United, you will be able to do some missions useful for Vox Solaris, a syndicate whose representative is mentioned Little Duck. If you don't even know the quills, she will send you away and tell you to come back later. Also, she doesn't like to talk with the machines. So, to be able to talk with her at all, or to buy something from her later, you have to do it in operator mode. I will get back to this room in video about local bosses. Now, there is one more place to visit. Basically, there are 3 syndicates on Fortuna. The 3rd one can be found behind this vent. There is a clubhouse there, where you can talk to Rocky, a representative of the Ventkids syndicate. At the end of the Vox Solaris quest, you will get a K-Drive, something like a hoverboard from the movie Back to the Future. Ventkids provide new parts to assemble more K-Drives, also K-Drive mods and operator cosmetics. Later in this video I will show you how to farm standing for this syndicate. Now let's go outside. Exploring Orb Vallis can be pretty fun. Plains of Eidolon were 2 by 2 kilometers, valleys are 3 by 3. In addition, you can catch fish, mine minerals, ores and hunt animals. If you want to know more about these activities, check out my previous video, link in the upper right corner and in the description. However, here is one thing I didn't mention on the plains video, and here it is much more interesting. Exploring the caves. On valleys you can find more of them, and they are definitely more interesting. I'd say you even have to visit them, because the local species of fish occur in 3 areas: the central lake, other ponds, and lakes inside the caves. Many caves also hide some secrets. You can find fragments of the history of the local NPCs there, in the form of coins which you need to scan. There are also K-Drive races, which I will discuss later. And of course bounties. Which warframes will be useful? Of course, there will be a lot of mobs to kill, so warframes with area attacks will find practical use here. But also Limbo, with not too large range, or Frost, to protect digging towers, drones, transporters, or just defense points, will also work very well. The tasks here are a bit longer than on the plains, but they are not particularly complicated, and apart from a good DPS and someone to protect things, I have no other recommendations to complete them faster. Necramech can also be useful here if you've already built one. Oh, and remember the tents on the plains that gave you the opportunity to pick up more bounties without returning to cities? Here you have one NPC at the gate. You can always find the gate from almost anywhere on the map, standing somewhere high and looking for a column of the dark smoke. And if you want to receive quests from other places, the bases you can see right now on the map can be converted to allied ones. To do this, go to one of them, find Eximus unit, killed one will drop a data unit. Use it on the terminal and the defense will be gone. Terminal is marked with a pillar of orange light. After hacking and establishing a safe zone, the Fortuna resident working there will have tasks for you. Now let's move on to how get standing points in Solaris United as efficiently as possible. 3 activities will be performed for 5 minutes, the remaining ones as long as they need to be fully performed. The table shows values without any boosters. Let's start with the bounties. On Vallis they can be a bit longer, but with a skilled team, or if you are good in solo mode, they can be completed in a similar time as on the plains, 10 to 12 minutes. Each successfully completed one gives you 5 to 6,000 points. So just like before, points from the bounties are a good addition to other rewards. But if you are just a beginner here, it is a good source to start with. Mining. A lot depends on the RNG. The prices of the minerals are twice as high as on the plains, but as always, your luck plays the big role here. After a few attempts, I had a very significant difference between the results, so I decided not to average them, but to explain why it occurred. Sometimes in 5 minutes I got 12 to 14,000, and sometimes in other attempt only 3,000. This is because minerals are much more valuable, but you just may not find them. In the worst case, in 5 minutes you will get as much as in the bounty, or if you hit a good cave, good deposits, and dig out valuable minerals, this can be a very efficient method. But sometimes RNG is very mean. Okay, so what about fishing? Well, it was a great source of points on the plains, but here it is not. Not only are fish twice cheaper, but also legendary species literally do not exist here. Plains are the only spot where you can catch such valuable fish. So the results of the 5 minutes catch are not so spectacular. If everything goes well, you can get 9 to 10,000 standing points. You have 2 new spears, both shocking ones. The cheaper one simply allows you to catch the local fish. A spear from the plains will cause damage and make it less worthwhile. The more expensive one will also stun fish that are near to the hit one. As I said before, you can exchange depth bounds for standing at Ticker's place. They don't give you many points, but they can be very handy if you want to get last few points to reach the daily limit. You can get them from Ticker for resources and credits, from bounties, but also from local bosses. When you kill Profit Taker, you will always get same amount of depth bounds. It takes an average of 5 minutes for experienced players, but the profit is only 2,200 standing points. The second boss can also give you a profit in the syndicate, but this is where the strong RNG comes in. It all depends on what drops from this skilled orb and in what amount. I'm talking about minerals. Again, due to the large possible discrepancy, I will not make an average. I tried many times. 3000 points for the worst and 22,000 for the best run. A huge difference. Values without any boosters. If you know what to do and don't have many problems during the mission, you will kill the exploiter orb in 10 to 15 minutes. Now let's move on to the best farming method. Just note that it requires a high level in Solaris United or someone in a team to lure the animals. It's about hunting, of course, yet not random animals, as on the plains, but only one specific species, Kubrodons. You have to use pheromones here to maximize the chance to catch the rarest species. After using it, you will find uncommon or rare animal, but far more often the rare one. An experienced hunter is able to catch one animal every minute. Perfect capture of uncommon one is 4000 points and of a rare one 8000 points. So assuming that most of them will be rare, let's count 2 uncommon and 3 rare animals, minus the price of 5 pheromones, gives you almost 30,000 in 5 minutes. The very best method. You know, you may get sometimes more uncommon ones, but also you can get only rare ones during the hunt. You won't find a better method of farming Solaris United standing points. Period. There are few minor sources of standing. You can free kidnapped Fortuna citizens kept on the Corpus ships. These are activities related to the story quest Deadlock Protocol. The prisoners will be chained to the wall and you can free them with a Granum crown. Depending on the coin you use, you will gain 300, 600 or 900 points for one prisoner. You can also free them from Granum's Void with Zoris for 100 points each. However, these are not time-efficient methods. You will also get points for returning modular weapon or companion to vendors on Fortuna, but only hounds will give you more points than used to guild. You can give it away only after guilding. In case of anything other than a hound, you will lose, not earn. And since guilding requires level 30, it is also not efficient source of points. That's it about Solaris United, but what about Ventkids? They also have their own activity, racing. Every day the race venues change and usually 1/3 of all possible is available. Use K-Drive from your guild wheel, stand on it and open the big map. You will see locations of the currently available races. Each purple point is one race. Completing one guarantees you a certain amount of affinity to K-Drive and to the syndicate as well. Points you see on the screen after the race is over is how much standing you get to the syndicate. You can also gain points by doing tricks. 25% of the successfully completed combination value is converted into standing points. The maximum amount of combos is 3000, but you can use mod to increase this limit up to 6000. Now you'll see the mods I'm using for tricks. So which one of these activities is better? It is up to you. Races and tricks may seem boring or difficult, or you may find them relaxing or challenging. You have to check what suits you best. In the past, animations of the tricks were better synchronized, fluent, and were easier to perform. Now they are more complicated or problematic, and the fast ones are clunky. Doing tricks, not all were perfect. In 5.5 minutes I earned 18,000 standing points. In the same time I got 19,000 from racing. So the difference is minor. Choose whatever you like better. And that's all in this video. Have fun on Orb Vallis. If you have any questions, please type them in the comment section or visit one of my streams, link in the description. See you next time, bye.